Hello, welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint the things. You guys are the audience. You watch the painting of the things. That's that's how it works. Oh, my mic's way over there. It still seems like it's picking me up pretty good though. That's pretty good. Hey, I like that. So, more awesomeness for the mic. Yeah, I had to move it yesterday. I was trying to get some other stuff done, and it was a bigger item, so I had to move stuff out of the way because that's how that goes. Anyway, I'm trying to catch my breath. I had a little bit of a breathing attack prior to the starting of this live, so if I'm a little slower, if I sound a little yeah, or wheezy. I'm okay. It's just getting old is not fun, guys. Sometimes there's parts of it. There's parts of it that are really awesome. There's parts of it that are really bad. And the really bad part is sometimes you just gotta go a little slower, and that's just how it goes. I don't know. Yeah. So, anywho, enough of that. Pump me up over not too far. Turn that guy on right there. There we go. So anywho, we're working on Trench Crusade stuff. I got all these guys put on bases yesterday, which is good. So, behind the scenes, I'm also working on these other ones. I might circle back and do another. I might do a doughboy or something like that. One of these doughboys on a live, just to show how to paint them. These particular lives of Trench Crusade are getting a lot more views, so that's awesome. So anybody who's coming in, welcome. I really appreciate you coming by. And they're unique views because you can, if you look at the information real deep, you can see all that. Not that that's relevant to any of this. But anyway, so my point being, welcome aboard. Thanks for coming. Thanks for some interest in what we're doing. Camera's a little off. There we go. Try to get it to where that X is in the middle. My cats sometimes knock it about. There we go. That way I try to use that as kind of like my focal point of what I'm doing. For anybody who's trying to figure out how to do, I don't know, this. I'm pretty sure I don't really know either. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Anyway, so these are they're great sculpts. You gotta get their heads on, of course. Which I have like a jar of heads over here in a pill bottle. Because I'm an old man. I collect weird pieces of trash. I'm not that old. Well, I guess I am. I don't know what's old now. So these guys all have little bits of various things they need to finish up to get them going, but they need to get on a base so I can keep working on them because it was getting to where they were too. I was going to start rubbing some paint off them, but we don't want to do that. So anyway, yeah, they're fun. And there's a whole squad of them. And then we've got a lieutenant model. I'm working on him. I have one of these that's I printed out that isn't painted, so we may do a lieutenant on the live soon as well. Maybe not. I don't know. I might just go on to Black Grail. Black Grail seems a whole lot more interesting. But I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what y'all think about what we should do. We should do next. I also have another mechanized infantry, one of these guys that is unpainted. But I'm considering kit bashing him and taking this out and giving him a flamethrower. Yeah. Because Spaceballs the flamethrower. Because I have this flamethrower, which is super cool. I just kind of got to figure out how we would set it up. I'm kind of thinking like, I don't know. We may come back and kit bash one out. But a big flamethrower, would be fun. And that's like super trench warfare, just come up on the trench and just burn everything inside. And since you're fighting the plague, I feel like plague, fire, blah, it just seemed like it works. For me, anyway. I don't know. I haven't looked at the game statistics or rules very much yet, so I don't know. I don't know if you just call it the same damage and go from there. It just looks the same. It does the same thing, just looks like different. Anyway, enough of all that talking. Waste like 7 minutes. Alright, so Sir McBeardsly back. Doing well, sir. Doing well. How are you? Oh, I should have added colors to the palette when I put the palette on today. Well, okay, so today we've got to figure out a couple of little things. We've got to figure out what the heck this is. Looking at it big is no help at all. It's got some sort of cord holding it on to something. Could be ammunition. Giant ammo pouch. That'd be hilarious. That would make sense though. If it was a massive ammo pouch. We can make it leather. And that's a handgun holster for sure on that side. Okay, so we've got the knife, which that handle is in the worst place ever. It's in a scabbard for sure. And then we're gonna call that other piece an ammo pouch. That's what we're gonna call it. And we are gonna paint it accordingly. Okay. Man, I'm getting old, y'all. Listen, these things, your friend. I need to clean it off. I said that yesterday. I didn't do it. I'm gonna clean it off now while I'm thinking about it. Or at least a little bit. Yeah, I know it needs a... I gotta let alcohol fill in here. Oh yeah, that's hella better. Yeah, I really do think that's an ammo pouch. Because that would make sense. Reach down in there and reload the gun. Maybe touch up these bones a little bit. Cool. Now, we're painting. Oh. Once we get to his boots today, we gotta do his flesh. I forgot what we're gonna do with these cuffs. Nothing but crunch, yeah. Well, welcome to the new year, right? So, first things first, we're gonna clean up some of this. Edge right here. Just a little. We still leave a lot of that dark around the buttons. But we don't need as much of it as the Umber right now. Let's take a little bit of that stain away. We want the buttons to stand out, but we don't want them to look too stained up. Layers, you know, limits, the valleys, lows. Same with this, and pull that one little bit out. Maybe the edges, just a touch. Just a touch. After thought, thinking yesterday, I decided to pull on these bands that are on the scope as well. I'm trying to start thinking of all of these weapons as like holy weapons, holy relics. You know, they're fighting with these ancient things. No. I think for once in a very long time, we have absolutely nothing happening this weekend. There was a futsal tournament last weekend. There was, yeah, no, I think this weekend there's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. Which is really weird. It's weird we're going to have a Saturday with nothing going on. I don't know what to do about that. It's kind of wild. Alright. Next, we're going to figure out what color we want to make that scabbard. And his cuffs. He's got a couple of these pouches. Could give that scabbard the army colors, which would be so that's a hooker's green. Use that for the base coat of it, and then we'll lighten it up and come back and do the second coat. So we got a nice piece of metal up there at the top of it. don't forget to breathe. Especially on those little edges right there. Taking a dark paint, going on the edge next to a light paint will always kind of make you kind of breathe or hold your breath sometimes. You don't really want to hold your breath when you're doing it. You want to keep breathing. D&D tonight, Magic the Gathering, maybe. try to do nothing on Sunday. There you go. Yellow ochre for the cuffs. Which have buttons on them as well. And bright, a nice yellow ochre would stand up good next to that. So yellow ochre, which you can't probably read that one. It says right there. Ochre, yellow ochre. Think of just like ogre. Oh, thanks. It's actually it's varying stages of purples to get to that, to make it have that blue note to it. This particular kind of purple is called. Here we go. Let's try to pronounce this, everybody. Dioxaine. Purple. So anyway, it's a great color, and you can, that with a little bit. You do that in the base coats, and you mix it with some white. It's got a beautiful blue to the purple, and so when you get the lights on it, it starts shining different colors. Depending on how the light looks and where it's going to sit, it's going to bounce a little bit of a different color back to you. So like if the light is a little bit more red, it will look even more purple. And then if it, like the lights, this is that LED bluish light, so it makes it look blue. Well, hello, buddy. Oh, say hi, everybody. Yeah, did you have to come say hello? Sometimes he likes to come bother me. I'm working, nobody. Okay, thank you. Just needed to say hello, I guess. I don't know. If you have a cat, yeah. If you have a cat, sometimes they just come meowing and pawing at you, and you're like, what do you want? I want you to pick me up and pet me for like 3 strokes, and then I'm gonna leave. And you're like, oh, okay. It kind of makes you feel like you should charge for that. Hey, something, for the effort. But I guess we get cat love, and that's all you get. So you better enjoy it. That's funny. Okay, we were talking about yellow ochre before the cat hair. We could make those leather. And now I'm wondering, I kind of want to look at what other people did. So I recommend that highly, everybody, just so you know. Obviously, you're here looking at what I'm doing, so you should, I think you get the idea of looking at what other people did. Just kind of see what other people think that looks like. Yeah, see, a lot of people made that a whole glove. Or somebody did, at least one person. That person made it part of their coat. That's not the same model. It's a cool model, though. Oh, there's somebody who did the back. Oh, right, cool. They did exactly. Yep, bone. Yeah. Pretty much what we did. Okay, good. So we got that right. Hand again. Glove. Really does look like it's part of a coat, though. That little thing right there is not indicative of a lot of gloves, so it does look like it's part of his cloak, robes, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Broccoli likes to hop on the desk at the worst times, playing a game, tense situation. She'll pop up just to get in the way. Yeah. Your video game doesn't matter. Pay attention to me, human. Okay, so I do like the idea of having a little different color. I'm going to try to work with the model here and not have to do a lot of extra work. So we're going to kind of let that crevice be that crevice. Or whatever it is. Very carefully come up. Just leave that little bit right there just to give us some definition. Here so that it, you can barely see it up. It's so tiny. Come on, grab it. There we go. So we're trying to leave that little spot right there in, just so it has a different look. And that slight variation in color is fun. It doesn't make much of a difference, but there is a difference. Whether that be because the inside is one color or whatever you want to, however you want to make it in your head canon. So because we use purple in this model, does that make them stealth? No, those are orcs. That's orcs. That no, we did. So purple. I'm trying to remember right. I think if you were wearing purple, you were a priesthood, but you were also a part of royalty. Because see, in the old days, you a lot of times, and it doesn't mean anything anymore, but it used to mean, I think, if I remember right, that you were born of nobility and that you had gone to be into the priesthood. Because you only had so many prospects when you were the son of a noble. If you were the second son of the family, you probably weren't going to inherit anything, so you weren't going to be the landowner, so you had to establish some other way of making your way in the world. And so a lot of them joined the priesthood. It would be fun to kind of come up with some ideas of what happened to all of these guys. At least the ones that are a little bit more standoutish. The doughboys are probably just going to be the doughboys. I guess that means my lieutenant's arms go fast because he's got red. Is that since we're going orcs? He's gonna give. Ugh. I was sleeping my eye there. Crust. Eye crust. I think you better remove all these things. It's just like hell. There it goes. Oh, okay. Pull a little bit more Naples into this top part of the sleeves. I'm going to move into flesh colors. I definitely don't think he's got gloves on. I don't know a lot of snipers that like to use gloves. They usually, and if they do, they like the fingerless gloves. I'm sure they're out there though. I'm sure there's plenty of snipers out there that love gloves. And but I only know a few like actual sharpshooters or like police departments and stuff. And they always talk about how they like the feeling of the gun in your finger, full finger. That sounded weird. Okay. Let me pull a little burnt Sienna out here for this leather. There we go. Do that button on this holster. You definitely missed that. I'm gonna pull this up to a little bit of that burnt Sienna. A little bit. Make sure all these little bits are touched up. All nice and proper. boots. Is he wearing sandals? Oh, they're boots. They might be steel-toed boots. Homie's got steel-toed boots, y'all. That's for real. That's hilarious. I'll have to check everyone's boots. It's just a sniper priest rocking the steel toes. That would be hilarious. Father McCahey. Brought my shillelagh and my steel-toed boots to stop a muddle in your arse. It sure as hell are steel-toed boots though. That's hilarious. Steel-toed boots in the future. Okay. This is that Leadbelcher again. That dagger's knife is so tiny. I don't want this thing freaking big. You can barely even see it in there. Pretty sure you can't see it on camera at all, but yeah, it's there. It's T flipping 90, but it's there. Okay. Time for some plushies. A little bit of that pale terracotta, one of my favorites. When making flesh, grimdark flesh is easy too. You can just do it from. You don't have to make it look great. You just have. You want it kind of dingy and dirty looking, so there's not a lot of building it up.
sure I got finger and not stuck in here. Just kind of take time. Once you get it started, it's easier to see. Trust in me. Was that the snake from Jungle Book? Not the Mowgli. Ooh, almost dropped him. Okay, now, face. The face. Just careful. Careful. There's his little face. Come on. Come on, camera. Do your job. I gotta get a better camera, y'all. That's the next upgrade. We upgraded the mic. Now we gotta upgrade this silly camera. There it is. It finally figured it out. Wow. Okay, Okay, so gray beard or brown beard? Or red beard? Let me sip some coffee while I contemplate it. We also need to, like, burn up some time. Oh, I guess we can do the base. We're moving pretty quick today. We're doing well. I gotta finish that scabbard. We gotta do his beard and then the base, and it's all done. Matter of fact, let's. While I'm thinking about this beard, we're gonna go ahead and prep this base and get it started. It's super cool. I'm so glad to have people stopping by. Really appreciate it. I'm glad Resolution Blaze liked the color of the blue. This that's one of the reasons I love this purple. Is it's a very blue purple. And it will always look. It looks a little different in the light, depending on what the light is, but it always has just such a great richness of color that you see the hues in it, and it's so fun. Such a great color, and you can use it for a lot of different things. At least, I mean, I use it for a lot of things. I don't use I use a lot of the traditional model paints, but that's all right. The stuff I use is easy to find online and things like that. So if you are looking to buy some of these paints that I use, I would always recommend you go online. They're well-known art supplies, so they'll be at any major art supply store. If they, what is that? Michael's and Hobby Lobby or what's around here. But there's other art stores all over the place, and you can get them on most of your online art places. Let's do something with this scope. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put just a little bit of white on it. I'm gonna put just a dot of ink on it in a second. Make it look like glass. Shakes a little bit today. Alright, so I'm going to take Ogre's Green and mix it with a little bit of my Naples Yellow. And get more of a canvas bag green. That's what they call it from Texas. I don't know anywhere in Hero, Texas. This is just a little bit more of a yellowy green. Also cut a couple of these ammo bags. Hit with just a little bit of that green as well. Well, not necessarily ammo bags, just pouches. Yeah, there's one right in there too. You're is one right here. Heck yeah. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is figure out this flipping beard. I'm kind of leaning towards gray. Although white would look good. Stark white. Just a little bit for eyebrows there. It's a shame you didn't have like big crazy bushy eyebrows like a Mentat from David Lynch's Dune. Good old David Lynch. Passed away last week, I guess, a couple weeks ago, maybe. That guy's very, very, very interesting person. Kind of keep layering up colors, kind of bringing it a little bit brighter as we go. Watch that. There we go. Yeah. Oh man, go during the buffet. No, bro, go during the buffet, man. Listen, if you're down southside Oklahoma City over at DZ Comics Games, there's a Himalayan joint right over there. It's called Great Himalayan. Those guys are awesome. They have a buffet on like Saturday, I think, and Sunday. I think they have both Saturday and Sunday buffets. So like, man, if you want to try Himalayan or Indian cuisine, because it's very similar. And I think they have a little bit of both. Yeah, go check those guys out, man. Great Himalaya, really good. And DC Comics and Games, those guys are awesome too. It's a really sharp outfit they run there. I dig what they're doing. probably not how I would necessarily run my game store, but I totally get the business model, and I really think it's a good idea. Okay, so I'm just coming with some pure white in a few little places here. There we go. Oh yeah, man, they're way up on the cars, and they have like the there's like a kiosk in there you can order cards on, which I thought was real cool. Alright, so this is a burnt umber down on top of that raw umber. I used kind of like a primer. The great thing about this is you can kind of gloop that on for this base because it's kind of a muddy base. I might buy a mud kit. You can actually buy like a kit where you can it makes more of a muddy, like the texture itself gets muddy, so like sticks to things and has a little bit of clump to it, which is kind of interesting. Need that to dry. Oh my gosh, we can have this thing done today. We gotta be patient. We gotta be patient. Patient, patient, patient. Sure, this one looks like it needs another coat. Umbers make great mud. Because it kind of is mud. Are there any other little details we need to finish up? Checks, just make sure we got everything set up right here. Oh, we were gonna do that. That's what we can do. Just the right amount on there. It's not easy. Here we go. But again, like, I don't know why he has a scope, since I think he's blind. I think he's supposed to be blind. And he just uses the will of the Lord to shoot, so I don't know why there's a scope on there at all. I think it's just to make it look like a sniper rifle. Which is hilarious. Alright, so... those there. Let that draw it up. Do a little bit of black around the base. I'm gonna call this guy done. Alright. So there he is. Almost glory, where's my stand? Alright. Gotta put the lid back on that. Always put the lids back on your inks, guys. These things spill and they make giant messes. So there it is. There you have it. Sniper Priest. Trench Crusade. Good stuff. Good stuff. 3 hours. That's not bad for 3 hours. Well, 3-ish. Probably more like 2.5, because I probably ran my mouth for like 15, at least 15 minutes goofing off there on the intros, so probably more. Yeah. El Sniper Priest. That's fun. Sweet. Well, I'm going to do the spin up, and you guys can see that later on, either today, tomorrow. It depends on when I get around to it. But I will do that. Start doing all this close down stuff like I'm supposed to. Do it the proper way. Boom. It is Friday, but we're not gonna let that make us less vigilant in our duties. So, yeah, that was a lot. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Solid model, says Sir McBeardsly. And I think it was too. It was a really good. It's a really good piece. Lots of fun. So, yeah. So next week, great. It's Friday. We have to start a whole new thing on Monday. So next week we'll do something else. Let me know if put in the comments or something if you watch this videos. You make it all the way to the end, and you have an opinion. You want to see Black Grail, or you want me to do the Lieutenant
I have a lieutenant that's printed for New Antioch. I do New Antioch's lieutenant. Let me know. Or maybe I'll just maybe I'll put him and something else up, and I'll let everybody vote. That'll be fun. Yeah, we haven't done a poll in a while. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who watches these shows. Thanks again to Resolution Blaze for stopping by and saying hello. It was awesome. I appreciate you like the color. I like the color too. Anyway, do all the liking and subscribing things. The algorithm loves your contribution, and so do I. I from the bottom of my heart. I think this is a whole lot of fun. I like that people are enjoying what I do here. It's fun. I like painting and I like talking, so works for me. So yeah, everybody have a great weekend, and be safe out there. Sir McBeardsly says the same, and I'll say the same to you, sir. Be good to somebody. Try to be good to somebody. We try to end every show with that. Try to be good to somebody. It's important, especially lately. Everybody needs somebody to be good to them. And you never know. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. So, or even just some grace. You don't even necessarily need to be kind. You just give some grace. Just like, oh, well, maybe you're just having a bad day, and I'm just gonna let it go. So, anyway, you guys are amazing. Have a good one. We're gonna talk to you later. Bye.